Welcome everyone. So in this video, I'll be going through the upcoming week, the trades that we're looking at. So the NASDAQ, Aussie dollar, Japanese yen, euro dollar, and I'll also touch base on the trades that were taken last week, which was sent to the free members Telegram group where they had access to it, which was on AUDJPY, US 30, Aussie dollar, US dollar, and various other trades. But we'll concentrate on what's coming up for this week. So NASDAQ looking beautiful. Potential 1500 plus point move to the downside, but again we'll go into that in more detail. But before we begin, I think it would be good to give a little introduction. So for those of you that know who SK Capital is, so I was active during the 2011 up until around 2015 era, but I had to step away due to professional obligations. So I was only restricted to investing into long-term investments where it was a minimum of 3 months, had to get permission of what I'm investing into and that type of thing. During that time, I also invested into other business ventures, so a lot of my time and effort went into that. But I'm here to say that we're back, looking to launch the community once again, providing detailed analysis, trade setups, and educational content. So let's continue with the NASDAQ 100. As you can see, I've already highlighted what I'm looking at. So this is the 4-hour chart. I'm expecting price to retest the lower levels of around May, so to around the 20,000 mark. But I do believe price could potentially retest the 22,000, 22,100, seek bearish PA, and then potentially take this trade to the downside. Of course, there is a possibility where price on the opening of the market could push a little further up, push all the way down to this area here, and then continue back up, and then push all the way back down. Again, this is just a forecast. So for those of you that already follow me know, I like to build the structure first, build a plan, and then trade according to price action. So I like to trap the trade rather than chase the trade. So this will strategically be analyzed during the live market. We'll be looking at price, looking at certain criteria. Is it aligned with what our expectation is? And we want to be adaptable. We want to be able to take the opposite side if necessary. So this is just a plan. If price action presents itself, then of course these trades will be taken. But I am very confident that price will retest the 22,000 level and then potentially present bearish PA, and then we could potentially take this trade to the downside, which is around, let's have a look, which is around just over 1,500 points. But of course, we could take targets in between. If price does, again, as I said, open on the market, push all the way down, we could potentially take a long sit up from here all the way up, which is ideally not favorable. We want to take the short to the downside, but we want to be adaptable, as I said. So if you would like to receive updates on the NASDAQ 100, live trade setups, any updates related to the trade, feel free to join the free members Telegram group. The link's in the description below. And be sure to subscribe. And yeah, we could capitalize as much as we can on this trade. But now let's go into Aussie dollar, Japanese yen, what we have for Aussie dollar, Japanese yen. So let's drop down to the 1 hour. So currently, as I've explained in the Telegram group, I've given a detailed analysis. We're expecting price to retest this fair value gap and then present bullish PA, and then from here take it to the upside of 94,300, then 94,800. On the market opening, we can potentially expect price to breach above this, reach the 94,300, push all the way down, bullish confirmation, and carry on to the upside. Again, this is contingent based off price reaching this area here, presenting bullish PA, and then planning our entries. If this level is disregarded, but as you can see, it's a strong structure. It goes all the way back as long as to May, holding a very strong level. We can potentially see price retesting this level here, but I am very favorable of this fair value gap and this key structure that has been breached, as the candlesticks are in line with the higher time frames, a daily, hour 4, and etc. But again, this is trading. We need to wait for price action to be confirmed before we take our trade to the upside. Now let's move on to euro dollar. Again, this one's a bit more complicated. We're waiting for multiple criteria. So out of the trades we're discussing now, I do believe the Aussie dollar, Japanese yen, and the NASDAQ are better trade setups at the moment. But if we could find where the analysis is gone, so if we just go back to profile. So as you can see, this is the analysis that we have for euro dollar. I'm expecting price to push back up to that supply zone. I do believe the 1.1500 could potentially be retested again. I mean, we did get a spike close to the 1.15, but I do believe price could potentially retest up to that zone, bearish PA, and then push price all the way down. But again, price could be anywhere between this zone, present bearish PA, and then potentially the trade could be validated. So I do believe this lower end of the supply level can be retested, bearish PA, and potentially take this trade down with targets in between. Now the US dollar index, the DXY, is also important to watch. It has been bearish, but we've had some bullish correction with a strong bullish candlestick on the H4 and the daily time frame. I do believe we're going to get a little bearish pullback on the DXY, which is kind of in line with the pullback we could potentially expect on euro dollar. Bearish PA, and then continuation to the downside. If price does continue with its bearish momentum, we can expect price to breach below this structure, pull back, retest, bearish confirmation, and then potentially take the trade from that angle. Again, it's all about planning, understanding the structure, and not going in blind into these trades. So we've already built the forecast for these 3 trades. We've built our plan. We've got contingencies in place. Now it's a matter of waiting for live price action, confirm our analysis, validate our trade, and then plan our exact trade setup. So these setups that you can see here, these are just prelims. So it's just a forecast. The exact trade setup will be provided in the free members Telegram group once price action is presented, and then we could plan accordingly our entries, stops, and take profit levels. So be sure to join that. As I said, the link's in the description, and then we could all benefit off these trades together. So for last week, I mean, the trades that we sent out last week, for example, AUDJPY, we expect the price to reach this zone here, and then from here push all the way up. So as you can see, it did exactly that. Members got access to this. Some profit off it, some took the trade, some obviously didn't. But yeah, so this was a beautiful trade, around 150 pips, 100 pips. Don't really remember exactly. And then Aussie dollar, US dollar. We said price to retest this level and continue to the upside. We took longs and shorts on this trade within the Telegram group. We already had this structure in place, so we had the idea where price was heading, so we was able to capitalize on the longs and the shorts. So as you can see here, which is also a beautiful setup. And then finally last week was the US 30. As you can see, expected price to push up to around the 42600 level. Beautiful. So last week was a beautiful week, and we're looking to capitalize and have a similar week this week. So be sure to subscribe, like, and comment on the YouTube video. Follow the free members Telegram group. The link's in the description, and I'll be posting more videos. Thank you.